Yeah, absolutely. To my left, Tyrell Morgan, senior, and to my right, Talon Pope, senior. Um, First of all, I just want to just thank Sunbelt and the city of Pensacola once again for putting on an amazing event. Every single time we've been fortunate enough to be here, it's been a great hospitality, a great city for this tournament. We're sorry we couldn't stay a little bit longer to take advantage of all the festivities and things that they have to offer. But indeed, we have enjoyed ourselves, and we appreciate every single thing that's been laid out for us. Um, yeah, that was nothing other than an old school Sunbelt game right there. So it came down to a couple of plays here and there, and those guys did a really good job of making the plays that mattered the most at the most critical of times. Any questions?
Coach, question here from Mike Barber on Zoom. What did you see on the game-winning three by Robert Davis, and why was he able to get some good looks during the second half?
Yeah, I think that's a question that we have to ask ourselves on after we watch the film about why he was able to get some good looks in the second half. But he was able to get good looks in that particular play. It was a down screen being set by a cross screen in a weak side toss, and on a weak side toss, what typically happens on a weak side toss, it freezes everyone, and we got frozen. We were supposed to switch it. The toss actually just went over one of our players' head. Once that toss is made, the five man then sets a flare screen for the shooter who was on the strong side block. And once that toss is made, it's a simple pass to a kick out three. We were in a switching defense, and I think the toss froze us because we did not execute our switches properly. I probably should have done a better job of letting our guys know how important it was to switch that action. But it's a really good play. I think you got to credit um, coach for that at the right time, and then you have to credit them for executing.
Coach, another question here from Zoom. Sean was able to score most of his points in the first 9 minutes for ODU. What do you do defensively to take him away after that?
Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job, of playing top side on him. We had, we've been torched a couple of times this year in our game against South Alabama. So although we were not overly successful in Gordon Dunning, the way he was able to impact the game, we played top side on him and a little bit physical. So we kind of knew we had a package in for that. But what it did was it allowed Davis to get some good looks, and they went to him, and he's a phenomenal player and shooter, and he came through.
For the two players, ODU was able to jump out to a 12-point lead kind of midway through the first half. What did you guys do to battle back and obviously have a game come right down to the wire?
Um, we got ourselves into that position, so we had to find a way to get ourselves out of that position, and just taking it one play at a time, and just trying to get stops as much as possible, and just convert those stops into offensive buckets. So that's what we ended up doing.
I feel like we had to just slow down overall. I feel like we were just too antsy to start the game off, and we had to be more physical on every aspect of the game.
Coach, another question here from Zoom from Jacob DeLuna. Couple turnovers at the end of the game. Would you attribute that to poor execution or great defense by ODU?
I think it's a combination of both. I thought that they were able to get physical and get into us, but I thought we also played right into their hands. We stopped moving the ball as much, and we became a little bit predictable. So that's they did a really good job of turning up the heat at the right times. They pressed the right buttons tonight.
Coach Benson had 7 points tonight, but 16 in the plus minus. What is it about his presence on the court that makes him such a game changer for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, he played a solid game for us. We typically don't get caught up into plus minus. I think that those numbers can be skewed a lot of different ways. I think we evaluate the game just a tad bit different when it comes down to coaches. But I'll tell you that he helps us in a number of different ways, and he did a solid job tonight. But overall, it's about our ability to follow through. we needed more than a solid effort out of everyone tonight. All right, and I do believe that that plus minus is or skewed numbers.
Coach, another question here from Jacob DeLuna on Zoom. What can you say about the group of seniors? You obviously have some here with you as well, and what they've meant to Texas State during their time here.
Yeah, I've said this a number of different times. When you're fortunate enough to coach these guys for as long as I've been able to coach them, I had 3 guys that we've won the championship with before, and 1 guy that we've won multiple championships with before. You're humbled. You find yourself being a bridge to their journey, and sharing the kind of more time with them that have spent with their families over the last 4 years or 5 years. So it's just been a blessing, for me to play this role in these young men's life, and I hope that there are lessons that we learn from this journey that we can deposit into other people's lives.
And then last question here, just for the 2 players, kind of, what has your experience at Texas State meant to you?
It meant a lot. I can definitely say I'm a different person. Before I got here, I've grown in many ways. I fought through a lot of adversity. So, and I want to thank Coach TJ for, putting us through certain adversity so, we can learn. It's more like a life thing.
Yeah, I just want to thank Coach TJ for giving me the opportunity to come here. Out of all the places that I've been and been in the transfer portal and things of that nature, I want to say, like, this is probably the best place I've been. It helped me grow as a person, just without basketball. And I think one of the biggest things was I tend to run away from adversity, and this man right here actually helped me embrace adversity and just embrace hard. And I feel like that was one of the biggest life lessons that I learned here, and I think that is going to take me a long way. And I just want to say thank you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys.